All right, everybody, gonna do a quick audio check here. So if you can hear me, please let me know. You should be able to hear me, I hope. And let me know if you can hear me. You're clapping, that's a good sign. All right, everybody, gonna do a quick audio check here. So if you can hear me, please let me know. You should be able to. All right, so tonight we have Thursday Night Griff Brawl lined up for you, and we do have a very exciting, epic AGLA amateur match coming your way tonight. We have two teams. It's kind of a civil war tonight to consider. So we have Poison Pop-Tart versus Inactive Spoon. That's Underrated versus System Failure. And one of the epic things about this match tonight is that Poison Pop-Tart brought Spoon up from like a little teaspoon, you know, from the time he was a little tiny spoon, and now to a mature piece of flatware. These two have been pretty much brothers throughout the entire their Griffball careers, and now they have to face each other. So it's a Griffball civil war. It is mano a mano. It is, well, as long as there's not an echo. Okay. And it's like Darth Vader versus Luke, or Anakin versus Obi-Wan. We're going to see who, if the learner has become the master, or if the master will still retain his spot. And per request, Pop-Tart asked that I play this video, so I hope it comes through loud and clear for everybody. So here we go.
How to come to this after all we've been through? Two of a pair, now on opposite sides. From the very start, with honor we do. Watched each other's back and we battled with pride. We are closer than brothers. Now we have to fight each other, and we trust our faith to the heart of the cause. No matter what, let the game begin. No matter what, we're the best man alive. No matter what, we're in this together. No matter what, we'll be friends forever. No matter what. hanging out playing games. Didn't ever think it would get this hard. Time's running out and there's so much at stake. Everything riding on the turn of a card. We'll show what we're made of as we fight for the ones we love. And we'll be friends to the very end. No matter what, let the game begin. No matter what, we're the best man win. No matter what, we're in this together. No matter what, we'll be friends forever. No matter what, yeah. I don't wanna give up, but I will never give in. Don't wanna do it with my very best friend. I can throw the whole match, let him win every play. But with so much at stake, I just can't walk away. Though I need a victory, you've always meant the world to me. And that's one thing I will never change. No matter what, let the game begin. No matter what, we're the best man win. No matter what, we're in this together. No matter what, we'll be friends forever.
That is the introduction that was requested by Poison Pop-Tart to kind of share and express his feelings about tonight's match. So thank you for linking me to that, Pop-Tart. That's pretty cool. All right, so we will be getting started relatively quickly here. Once we can get everybody into the lobby and all situated. So I will be trying to rally up the captains. So if you need a little bit more information about tonight's teams, be sure to check out the article on the front page summing up everything that's been going on, what these teams, who these teams are, what they're about, and we'll be getting this match started hopefully pretty shortly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will be getting started here in just a few minutes. Apparently the teams are all set and ready to go. I'm just waiting for my invite to come in and join them. So as soon as I have an invite, we will be joining the teams and transitioning to our pregame lobby. So if you are just joining us, this is Thursday Night Griff Brawl, brought to you by GriffBallHub.com. We stream every Wednesday and Thursday night, bringing you the latest and greatest in Griffball sports, esports, entertainment, and of course, Griffball action. So last night we had some epic matches. We had the amateur match at 9 o'clock last night. It was Reflex versus Bad Intentions, and Reflex, it came down to 4-4. Reflex pulled out a 5-4 win. I'd like to think it was because of my cheering, but you know, we'll see. And then we also had Uplifted versus Impulse, and Uplifted took that 7-2. It was a 5-0, but ended up being a 7-2. So we are very much looking forward to tonight's match of System Failure versus Underrated. So let me just check in with the teams real quick here. All right, so we are wasting no time here. We're going straight into a host check. Make sure the connection is stable for these two teams. It's going to be a very exciting match tonight. Again, if you are just joining us, this is Underrated versus System Failure. And if you're not familiar with the heritage of these two teams, their captains, Poison X Pop-Tart and Inactive Spoon, kind of came up almost together. Inactive Spoon was mentored more or less by Poison Pop-Tart. So Pop-Tart raised him from a tiny teaspoon to his ladle-like status. And it's going to be a family affair here tonight on Griffball Hub, as these two brothers more or less go at it and see. Let's see here. Who is that? Who pulled? Perfect Demise pulled host. Give me just. Oops. Sorry, I just commentated to the people on my team. I'm so sorry. We'll be getting started here in just a few moments. Going to check in with the teams. All right, so some friendly pre-game chatter going on amongst the teams. And again, this is, I don't think I actually have the scoreboards up. So let's see, your Pop-Tart is, let's see if I can get that up. These guys are wasting absolutely no time, not even waiting for me to put the scoreboard up for them. There we go. All right, so, and we're off. Opening tip-off here on Thursday Night Griff Brawl. Thank you all for joining us. We definitely appreciate having you all here on board with us tonight as these two amateur teams square off against one another. We've got the ball on the far side now. It's all right. There we go. All right, so runner on the far side, can't quite make out who it is, but give me just a second. I'll see if I can.
The enemy has dropped the ball.
If I can. Yeah, it's underrated. Okay, so I think I've got it straight. System failure in blue, underrated in red. That should be all set to go. If obviously if I'm wrong, please please let me know. But we are underway, and it is system failure who currently is holding onto the ball, won the tip off, and are just kind of hanging back in their spawn, letting underrated throw themselves listlessly at them like waves upon the sand. Slay, who is Slay Snack, or whatever his tag might be there. We're gonna call him Slay. Pass back. It looks like I think that was Dark Assassin. Maybe got a hand on that. Hard to tell. Slay once again passes the ball off. And unfortunately, since I am not on the team for system failure, I can't readily see their tags. So please bear with me while I try to figure out who's got what. And here comes underrated, holding steady on that center court line. So both teams, no one having a distinct advantage early on, both playing it nice and easy, feeling their opponents out. And again, the two captains, Inactive Spoon and Poison Pop-Tart, know each other pretty well. So it's going to be a tough match here while these two teams duke it out. System failure now on a press. Runner runs, jumps, and gets sliced and diced by Razor. That kind of matchmaking maneuver not working for him so well right now on the AGLA Ami court. So finally, it is underrated's ball. That is Wumboist with the GG tag, Taza with the Taz tag, and of course, as always, Poison Pop-Tart's tag is Cyan, so you can see him just spawning over yonder. Pop-Tart tanking, and underrated looking very methodical. Oh, taken out. That was an Active Spoon who gets credited with the kill. But it is still underrated's ball, and they're going to keep possession. Pop-Tart passes it off to Razor. Razor of Kittens with Spike's Fame. Underrated taking it very slow. It doesn't seem like either team here has the upper hand. If this is any indication, I think we're going to be in for quite a game tonight. But here comes underrated on the far side. There was nobody there to greet them, but they swung wide anyway, very much respecting system failure spawn. And Razor's going to have to retreat. Here comes Wumboist, gets taken out. And once again, Razor has to fall back almost all the way to his spawn to get his tank line in front of him. Taz doing lead tanking duties on the far side. Poison Pop-Tart trying to hold off for his runner. Last man standing up there. But runner giving a lot of space, very much respecting the system failure tanking line. Runner still stuck on the far side. Razor puts the ball up, and it drops dangerously. Wumboist manages to pick it up without incident. But double kill there for DJ Blue. He is not just a pretty voice, ladies and gentlemen. He's got some hammer skills on him, too. Runner, again on the far side. Tracing behind Razor, so that is Wumboist running. Once again, Poison Pop-Tart doing his best to do the lead tanking duties, but so far underrated, having a lot of problems and not much success against system failure's defense. If you're just joining us, this is Thursday Night Griff Brawl. It is the second night a week that we stream. Not as big an affair as our Wednesday Night Griff Brawl setup, but still a good time, and we're very, very thankful that these two teams volunteered to have their match streamed. They knew it was going to be a good match, and so far they have not disappointed. Wow, I haven't seen RTDS like that since Halo 3. Holy cow, Wumboist just eats a sword to the back. Pass is very weak, but somehow, I think Razor, yep, that's Razor who comes up with it. Very, very lucky there by underrated. That could have easily been a turnover. Runner jumping, trying a matchmaking of his own. And again, stopped right at the plant, but there's Wumboist with the double kill. Can you find the ball? Yes, he does. Will he get the stiff? He gets the stiff arm and the plant. Wumboist hoisting the backpack, saying, get in the choppa, and taking underrated to a 1-0 lead.
Ricochet.
All right, here we go into round number 2. So One Boy's really putting that, probably has some back pain from that carry that he just did, but doing well, passes the ball off. That is Razor with possession of the ball now for Underrated. Tanks playing it very safe, a lot of dancing, a lot of stutter stepping, and that's again to try and get the other tanks to swing first and get them to make a mistake. Step 2 too early, and now, oh, Cyan wasn't able to get it, and that would be Poison Pop-Tart. Wasn't able to get a pretty critical swing. Definitely put a hitch in their step in terms of pressing forward, but always relentless. Here comes the runner. He's got a wide open. Can he get there in time? Yes, and that's Razor driving it home. That is 2 points for Underrated. So far, Underrated has not been living up to their name. They have been playing pretty solidly, being very patient and waiting for the opportune moment to strike. All right, here we go into round 3. Things starting to heat up here in this AGLA amateur season match. This is still the first season. The season officially started last night on Wednesday Night Griff Brawl. So the boys are still in their first weeks, shaking out the rust and limbering up a bit. System Failure come away with the ball and are looking to regroup, maybe to even up the score a little bit if they can. But it looks like Underrated is just really getting into the groove. They're now having some pretty good success going up against the offensive line of System Failure. Taz having a nice tanking battle there right at the top. Goes in for the runner, gets a swing, and then gets mobbed. But the runner is now forced to retreat across his halo. He's got One Boy's right behind him. Here comes Pop-Tart. Pop-Tart ignores the runner, choosing intent to go for the tanks. Runner gets away, but is going to have to drop back. Taz there, or Taza, ready to swoop down on him should the moment allow. System Failure slowly, painfully, carefully making their way forward, just kind of chipping through Underrated's armor as best they can. And Underrated soundly defeats System Failure on that press and has them cocooned in the back of their spawn. Runner's all alone. He's in a 1v1 with Razor. Gets the stiff arm. Very lucky for him as he was completely unassisted at that point. His tanks rally behind him, though, creating a little defensive barrier. But once again, Underrated is just picking the System Failure tanks off. Ball gets put up. And that's Razor now fighting his way. Runner dangerously runs and jumps over Razor as he passes the ball across the plant. But now System Failure come up with it. Under heavy pressure from Underrated, they cannot seem to get out of their spawn. They're definitely in a tough spot. Runner steps. Razor betrays his teammate, which is detrimental. Here goes, and once again, Pop-Tart chooses to go for the tanks rather than the runner. He is and then betrays his teammate just brutally. It's a dog-eat-dog world out there for Underrated right now, but they've got 2 points to show for it, so something must be working. One Boy gets taken out, creating a lane for System Failure. Runner stepping up, trying to help his tanks, taking advantage of a tank's back turn. Holding steady about the halfway court. This is probably the best System Failure's look so far tonight. They have 3 tanks doing well, creating some protection and a pocket around the runner. Unfortunately, that pocket breaks down. One Boy spins, tries to get eyes on the runner. Now he's tracking him down. He's going to come up against him and taken out by a bit of a glitchy tank, at least a glitchy on my screen. System Failure holding steady. A lot of their effort right now is just in keeping possession and staying alive. They really haven't had any good looks at the plant yet. No real goal-scoring opportunities for System Failure yet, but the game is young. We do play 9 rounds here in the competitive Griffball scene, so we will have 9 rounds. We have 7 more to go. Still plenty of time for System Failure to make a comeback. Runner gets ping-ponged around, but manages to maintain possession. Driven back into the corner, he gets a stiff arm on One Boy, and then epic betrayal by his teammate. Razor with another betrayal. They're just betrayals everywhere. Razor come up with it, ameliorating his mistake, but wow, There's a betrayal train right beneath the announcer's box there. One boy separated from his runner is going to have to track back. It's taken out in the process. Teza doesn't look to be like he's moving. Finally, maybe he looked like he was having some connection issues, but they seem to have settled. Runner all alone on the far side. He's got 3 members of System Failure crashing down on him. Razor gets taken out, puts the ball up. The ball goes high and far into the hands of Poison X Pop-Tart. Pop-Tart now on the near side, duking forward, making it look like he's taking a fancy at the pad. And again, One Boy just absolutely murders his teammate. Little passes down. Taylor gets taken out at just last second, and it was Poison Pop-Tart going for the highlight there. Up on the wall hop, passed the ball down to an awaiting teammate, but that teammate was taken out. So good stand defensively by System Failure. System Failure recovering from that near miss. Once again, continuing to have problems of getting out of their own spawn, or at least much less out of their half of the court. But to their credit, they're hanging in there. They are doing the best they can, chipping away at Underrated's defense. Not an easy defense to get through, mind you. And that is Slay, who's on a bit of a spree. That's a triple kill. He couldn't get the kill tag for his runner, but did create a lot of space. It's a really good opportunity for System Failure. They really need to drive this home if they want to be able to get back into this game. And yes, he got his Dark Assassin. Yes, Dark Assassin with the point. And he puts his team, System Failure, up on the board. So we have a real match here, ladies and gentlemen. 2-1, Underrated over System Failure right now. All right, here we go, opening tip-off, and System Failure got there with time to spare, but somehow Underrated comes up with the ball at the tip-off. Runner immediately steps up, I believe that is Razor, and punches DJ Blue in the face. As long as he doesn't hurt his vocal cords, I think we'll be okay. But here comes Underrated just plowing through the defense, wastes absolutely no time, and Razor drives it home. So that last goal, lighting a fire under Underrater's behinds as they drive that 3rd point home. It's 3-1 Underrated over System Failure. Going into round 5. See how this plays out. It's like, nope, it is System Failure coming with it. They're going for a pro run. He gets launched sky high. Will he stick the landing? No, he thinks better. It wisely takes a stutter step back. That was not going to end well for him. So well played by Slay for retreating off of that. Even though when you're that close, it's so tempting to go for it. System Failure in the familiar position of being... Who is that on the wall? There is somebody on the wall hop in blue who is just hanging out. I'm going to guess the neutral host. I think that's Perfect Demise. The neutral host somehow went forward and is on the court as opposed to being in the box with me. Silly, silly Perfect Demise. But it happens to the best of us. System Failure. Probably wishing they could get on the extra helping hand of Perfect Demise, but being the gentleman that he is, he's retained himself on that far corner. That'll play havoc with your radar, but hopefully Underrated doesn't seem to mind at this point. And System Failure is now taking forward DJ Blue with a triple kill. He's just positively being on fire right now, but it's not enough, just not a concerted effort from System Failure. They can have moments of brilliance, but they're not quite putting it all together for an epic goal-scoring attack at this moment, and they really need to turn it up. 3-1 is not impossible, but it definitely is only going to get harder for them if they can't not only maintain possession, but get out of their own spawn. Drifting forward, Runner being bold, gets a stiff arm. Now they're on a solid push. They have all 3 tanks forward. The Runner's high and tight, looking for any kind of avenue, but Underrated shuts them down almost immediately, and the Runner is forced to retreat all the way back to his spawn, being chased by a sword from Razor. System Failure, strafing. Once again, hold up in their stronghold. Now, once again, crossing on the plant, going after the underrated on the respawn. They've got 2 tanks in there. It's going to be close. Yes, and that's Dark Assassin driving it home for system failure. There is still time for system failure in this game. It is 3-2, so it is still anyone's game. Of course, since it's 9 rounds, it is the first of 5 to determine the victor. Okay, good. PD got back in here. Not on the court. Although that seemed to help system failure out a little bit. Hacks. I'm sure it'll be disputed. Tazza comes up. Nope, he leaves the ball for Razor and turns to start tanking down the line. That's Womboist and Pop-Tart just doing beastly tanking down the court. Runner suddenly finds himself all alone. Tazza on the far side, separated from his runner, trying to tank a way in rather than come back. But now all 3 tanks there, forming a wedge, trying to escort the runner down the court in a very gentlemanly fashion, like a promenade at a cotillion. Razor having to strafe back and forth, checking which side of the court suits his fancy. Goes in, fakes a challenge, and is going to rely on Pop-Tart to save him as he drops back to the far side. He was making a run for it. He still got Pop-Tart with him. Pop-Tart takes out 1, but can Pop-Tart take out 4? Not quite. Runner Deeks goes for the wall hop, misses. Can he moonwalk in? No! Denied at just the last second. I'm not quite sure how that happened, but hey, they're right there. They're still looking to score. Runner gets popped up again. Once again, underrated, denied. Super frustrating that they had been so close twice and come up empty-handed, but they are not to be deterred. I can hear them in the microphone chatting with each other and giving each other encouraging words. We'll just call them encouraging words. Razor still running for underrated. They seem to be having a little bit better time on the tanking battle, but we'll be sure to check that out in the post-game report. 2 tanks forward, Womboist and Pop-Tart. Womboist gets taken out. Pop-Tart is the last strudel standing. Here comes Tazza to help him out, but both are shot down. Womboist just leaving his runner to his own devices and charging headlong into the fray. Razor now dropped back, skirting on the far side, seeming to favor Pop-Tart when it comes to following his tank. Can't really argue that too much. And an active Spoon just kind of going B status there until he ran up against Razor, who punched him in the face. Oh, taken out. Dark Assassin gets the turnover. And system failure is on the counterattack. If they can capitalize on this, this is as good as they're going to get. They've got 3 tanks forward. This is a golden opportunity. They're going to have to get... No, they get separated from the runner. Runner gets a stiff arm, and that's going to be it. We have a 3-3 game here. Dark Assassin again with the goal for system failure. So we are all tied up here. This is vaguely reminiscent of the match that we had last night with Reflex versus Bad Intentions. Came down to a 4-4 match. My favorite kind of griffball. And right now it is even Stevens, and here comes system failure, not to be dissuaded off that goal there. Feeling the momentum, feel the rhythm, and feel the rhyme. It is, you know, whatever the rest of the sentence is, it's griffball time. Shame. System failure now tracking back, swinging to the far side. Goal coming off that turnover, and now they're looking very solid. All 3 tanks pushing forward, runner high and tight, looking to shoot the lane, but it's going to get brazenly steps up and punches Razor in the face before wisely retreating and allowing his tanks to come to his rescue. Underrated now, feeling the pressure of the comeback is real at the moment, and it is all tied up here. So keep in mind, after this live stream, we will be starting with the Griffball Hubcast at 10 p.m. Eastern. It is our weekly podcast to catch up on all things Griffball and not Griffball related. So if you need to know what's shaking and baking in the links, it's the place to go. And also shout out to Level 25 Magikarp and Rage More Nerd, as they were winners last night. We raffled off, I guess, for lack of a better word, 2 posters, a Halo Master Chief Collection poster and a Halo Nightfall poster for tuning into Wednesday Night Griff Brawl. So congratulations to those 2 guys, and your posters will be in the mail shortly. And so we'll be talking about that on our Griff Ball Hubcast night, right after this game. Also be revealing Griff Baller of the Month, so you can stay tuned for that. And see what other trouble we can get into on the podcast. System Failure having a good defensive stand, holding steady. Again, just having a really hard time getting past Underrated. Their goals really have come on opportune moments. And, that's all right. That's defense wins championships. Oh, but the betrayals, like that one, they hurt my soul. Runner has very happy feet, always moving, always shifting. He goes one-on-one with Taze. Or Taza takes him out. Taza, even though he's right there with Razor, he just chucks the ball back. And what an absolute waste for Underrated. They had 3 tanks up high, and he chose to pass it back. So that's not the shiningest moment for Underrated there. They really squandered that turnover. Runner right beneath the announcer's box. And it looks like it is Pop-Tart with possession. Oh, I'm sorry, not Pop-Tart, Razor. Razor with possession, coming near side. Right beneath the announcer. Oh, nope. Shifting back, deciding it's not quite for him. And again, this game is being neutral hosted by Perfect. Being the neutral host for this match, I know the players appreciate it. Underrated on a bit of a tear here. Taza going hog wild, could not get the double. Runner runs, jumps 2 tanks, and is absolutely destroyed. Dark Assassin, one swing, murders him, forcing a turnover, and it is System Failure's lucky day because that is ball is in their hands, and they are now firmly in control of their destiny and have the chance to go up for the first time during this match. And over here, Underrated, a little bit tense now in their chats, strategizing and trying to figure out just what happened. Things were looking so shiny, and now they're in a little bit more danger. System Failure tracking back behind the spawn. Razor in pursuit. Runner holds up, allowing his tanks to respawn. Little stutter step there. System Failure very much on the defensive, even though they have possession of the ball. Runner just runs past, and he had a good look at it, but instead of airing out the court, he decided to drop back. He did have 1 or 2 members of Underrated behind him, but thought better of it. Nothing wrong with some conservative play. All right, System Failure now trucking out of their own end. Got 3 tanks. Now if they can just all work together and not murder each other, we're gonna have a good day. But now there's only 1 remaining, and it is Pop-Tart who's gonna challenge the runner. Runner tries to take a swing at him, and it gets bounced back for his troubles. System Failure now on the far side. Slay having a heck of a game for System Failure. He has been doing spectacularly with his hammer. So someone to look out for. I know I hadn't heard of him quite yet, so a relatively new pickup, if not a brand new pickup for Amy. So well done for System Failure on that pickup, and that credit would go to Inactive Spoon, I guess. And he's really been holding his own. Runner goes in for 1 stiff arm, gets a double stiff arm. That is Dark Assassin running for System Failure, as he has been all night. He's been very solid, caused very few problems, very few turnovers, conservative with the ball. But not so conservative, not like Crusader level conservative where he avoids punches at all possible. We'll go ahead and punch something in the face if he has to. And a pass there, ill done. And it's going to be Underrated's ball. There was nobody there. And unfortunately, that's a tough break for System Failure. Underrated now on the counterattack. Pop-Tart chasing down Darkest. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Dark Assassin chasing him all the way down the court. And here comes Underrated. Got tanks forward, runner high, creating a lane. Runner just having to use all the control possible to not just make a break for the goal and try and make magic happen. Runner on the far side gets bounced back. Coming near side, dropping in behind Razor. So that is... who's running for them? Womboist. It is Womboist running for Underrated. We'll see if maybe he's what kind of runner he turns out to be. He is on the far side, trailing in behind Tazza. Razor is up top, and Womboist conservatively backs away from the System Failure tank who is between him. Now he's up top, catching System Failure on the respawn, but he just doesn't have the tanking prowess there with him to be able to make it happen. Hey, Pac-Man, welcome to the chat. Underrated, solid tank, and you got 2 tanks forward. Can the runner get... No, he steps in front of his tank. I think Tazza got the... Dark Assassin gets credited with the kill, but I'm pretty sure Tazza had a hand in that. Probably a hammer in that, too. And once again, it is System Failure getting the ball off of a turnover. So a forced mistake by Underrated. Did not have to happen, just needed a little bit more patience. So this is really System Failure's chance to shine and to take the lead. Underrated containing the runner. Runner on the far side, making a run for it, and just going, just kidding. I didn't really mean to run away. Razor in hot pursuit, swings and misses, and it's Poison Pop-Tart who just knocks the runner down out of the air, swats him like a fly. Womboist there, gets the ball, picks it up, holds on to it. Nope, there we go. He did check it back. Once again, scattering into the spawn for Underrated, but there wasn't a whole lot he could do with that. He was under pressure, and there was no place for him to go. Underrated, recovering quickly from their ill-timed turnover. I'm sure a point right now would definitely put some more wind in their sails and helium in their balloons, as it were. Oh, epic lunge. That is an active spoon. Takes down Razor, forces a huge turnover. System failed. But unfortunately, again, they cannot capitalize on that quick counteroffensive because an active spoon was up there all by himself. Dark Assassin back with the ball. Tank's doing well, but of course, here's Curse and I jinxed them all. Razor in pursuit. Corners the runner. Runner dodges and weaves, gets the stiff arm. With some help from Slay, Dark Assassin manages to escape with his life. He's got his full shield as he is looking for it. Again, a lot of space between him and his tanks and the runner, but they get quickly taken out, so there's not a whole lot the runner can do. He's got to stay patient. Dark Assassin's been doing some really good running for System Failure. So if you're just joining us, this is Thursday Night Griff Brawl, brought to you by GriffBallHub.com, home of all your griffing and balling needs. After this game at 10 p.m. Eastern, so in about 20 minutes, we'll be starting with the Griff Ball Hubcast, which is our weekly Griff Ball podcast. We'd love for you to be there. We will be deciding Griff Baller of the Month. We'll be announcing that. We'll also be deciding the winner of our GGL Playoff Party Bracket, so that will be quite exciting as well, in addition to all your league and community news. If you missed out on Wednesday Night Griff Brawl last night, the games are uploaded to YouTube, so you can go and check those out at your leisure. This game will also be uploaded to YouTube as well, so that if you want to watch it again for nostalgia's sake, you absolutely can. System Failure getting a little bit more aggressive, and that is Womboist with the kill on Dark Assassin. So Dark Assassin got a little bit too bold there and ended up with a sword in his back. But the ball's right back to him, as System Failure are trying to hack and slash their way out of their own defensive end. All 4 members of Underrated are forward. Well, now only one left, because an active spoon that went on a triple kill, possibly a kill tack, and that was quite a spree for him. Now, if only he could get that in the direction towards the goal, but hey, you know what? Kills are kills. Runner strafing near side. And just kind of holding steady. We've hit a bit of a gridlock here, although Dark Assassin gets a little sassy and starts to chase down the the offensive tank. He swings and misses, but his tank takes him out. So I guess it's all fair and good. But he was having none of that. Whoa, okay, little bit of lag here as we go to black screen. We'll see what happens. The host might be switching, so not quite sure. I'm gonna listen into the teams. All right, teams are just going to try and resume. Little hiccup there. And it looks like we are successfully underway, although the lighting has definitely changed. So we've gone from a bright, sunny oasis to a dull, gray jail cell. But hey. Pac-Man, no, they're kind of quiet right now on, unless you mean in the actual chat, then I don't know. But as far as underrated, they're kind of quiet at the moment. System failure. Just having a hard time supporting their runner. He always seems to be opposite or far away from his tanks. But, you know, they're doing something right. It's 3-3, so they're hanging in there, and they're doing just as well. Doing what needs to be doing. Dark Assassin passes the ball off to the center. DJ Blue gets it. They pass it dangerously right on the pad. Oh my gosh. At that point, just hold on to the thing. DJ Blue, oh my gosh, giving me a heart attack here. But the confusion seems to have paid off because system failure now running, jumping. Can he stick the landing? And Dr. Spoon passes it. And yes, Dark Assassin. So the Spoon to Assassin connection puts system failure up for the first time in this game. Well, that was a rather dramatic turn of events, and so now it is sudden death for underrated. One more goal by system failure, and they'll have given up a 3-0 lead to lose by 4. Taze goes sky high, and it's super unfortunate that he passed that back, because he could have stuck that landing and made it a 4-4 game right off the bat. But underrated will not be dissuaded. Runner stretching far along the court, that is Pop-Tart passes it. A beautiful lateral pass to Razor, but unfortunately Razor's under attack, and it's going to end up as a turnover. And that is not a Pop-Tart joke. It's not a pastry joke. Ball's there, and in his attempts to kill the tanks, the ball just keeps running away from underrated. So despite having 4 tanks up top, underrated was not able to secure the ball off of that turnover. System failure now. A little bit of pep in their step and some confidence in their hammer swings. So a tense moment here as both teams try to and I don't know. All right, so system failure hanging in there in a very, very good position, definitely in the preferable of the 2 positions. Pop-Tart, however, is not amused. He is looking to show Inactive Spoon that he still has something to learn from his old teacher. Razor stepping up, as is Womboist. There's been a lot of betrayals here, and that's something that both these teams are going to want to take a look at. On offense, on defense, I think they're just getting maybe a little bit too excited. Need to spend a little bit more time looking at your radar, because there have been quite a few betrayals, and as betrayals tend to happen, they are incredibly at inconvenient moments. So the runner all by himself passes the ball off smartly and is taken out by Pop-Tart. But the ball is just sitting on the halo, waiting for someone to come fetch it. Runner getting chased off by a tank. And that brief break we had, you can see that DJ Blues had quite the impressive score. He's definitely having a very solid night. Runner goes beneath, and he can't go. There we go. Narrowly escapes as Taz is just running him down the court, running him ragged. Fizzenfield stretching out along the far side. Runner gets a stiff arm against Womboyce, but has to back down against Taza. Razor stepping up, and now Taza trying to cut off the escape route where Razor chases down the runner. So some very tense grip ball moments here. One more point for System Failure will seize them the game, but Underrated can still come back. There's still time. There are still 2 more points to be claimed. It is anyone's game. There you can see it says Poison Pop-Tart is on a killing spree. So the man in cyan is doing his work. And that spark from System Failure we saw last round and the round before seems to have completely dimmed. They're once again back to having trouble of just getting out of their own spawn area, much less making any kind of aggressive moves towards Underrated's plant. The runner seems to be running just to stay alive rather than making any kind of play towards the goal. And of course, as soon as I say that, they prove me wrong. And is he going to go for it? Nope. He wisely backs out. Pop-Tart. Well, actually, I think that was Womboyce who ended his joy right there. But staying with it, right up here in the corner, and the runner, I think it's Dark Assassin, is staying high and tight. He's got 1 tank still with him. But that was not the golden moment to win the game. Dark Assassin having to drop back. That was Womboyce on a triple kill there, at least, possibly more. A little bit of room to breathe now. System Failure trying to stretch their legs and get Underrated to spread out. Some pretty solid tanking here from the duo up top. Again, I wish I could see their tags, and unfortunately, otherwise I would give them a shout out, but I can't quite tell. Dark Assassin gets the stiff arm against Womboyce, and now he's on the far side against Razor and Taza. Taza takes him down, and now it is Underrated. It is their moment to tie things up, and they're going to need to do better than what they're doing right now, where they just ran away from everything when they had 2 tanks forward. You got to have some confidence, runner. You got to stay up top with your tanks. Pop-Tart having a very good game as well. Taza, again, drops back. You've got people up top. You got to go with the flow of the game, guys. I mean, it's good to have a dedicated runner, but you've got to take advantage of every kind of press you can get. Here they go, and it's looking good. We'll see if he can skirt in there, and he does. So Razor drives it home, thankfully, and it is tied up. We were at 4-4. My favorite kind of grip ball. So Underrated shutting me up, saying, Goose, we'll tank it in our own time. So nothing but respect for that. And now it comes down to sudden death. All those other rounds, they don't matter, because it is the golden goal. The first to score now is the one who's going to walk away with the win. It is System Failure who comes up with the ball first. Let me listen in on Underrated, see what they might have to say about this. It's very quiet in the Underrated chat right now. Just a few simple call-outs, and that's about it. Very, very quiet. A lot of serious concentration. So this match is going on about 40 minutes, about 30 or 40 minutes. So a very hard-fought match. Both these teams... Oh, there's Womboyce with the lunge. Gets the turnover. This could be it for System Failure. Underrated has been doing pretty well when they finally got possession. It's just been getting it out of System Failure's hands that's been a problem. Once again, Pop-Tart and Womboyce really close to each other. Very lucky that they didn't get caught up in a betrayal. Taza doing his best but gets taken out. Razor running once again for underrated. Got Pop-Tart on the far side. Taz in the center is taken out, creates an epic, enormous lane for System Failure to drive through, but they don't. They are standing really far back. They had two players just hanging. This is, wow. They've got Womboist in the spawn. They managed to clear him out, but they gave up a lot of space. Taza, lead tank, drops, as does Womboist, and now Razor's going to have to back up. Pop-Tart holding steady, really wants this, really wants to prove to Spoon, to his pupil, to his student, that he is still the strudel to be reckoned with. Taza now with the ball. Passes it back to Razor. Things definitely becoming a little bit more tense here on the Grifball court. Players less willing to engage in risky behaviors because it's all on the line right now. There is no room for error. Runner all alone on the near side, cut off from his tanks. He's going to have to drop all the way back to the spawn to join up with Taza and looks like that's Womboist on the far side. Runner stretching the field. Running backwards. Razor passes the ball. It actually pack into danger when he had quite a bit of room to run. Razor with the ball again. 3 tanks pressing forward. This is looking solid for underrated. This is definitely a good chance for them right now. See if they can make it work. Taz on the far side drawing attention. If Pop-Tart can help tank Razor in. Razor runs, jumps, gets to the wall hop. Can he stick? Oh no, he doesn't stick it. Pop-Tart was right there and the ball just flung away. It's still going to be underrated ball, but that's, I think, the 3rd or 4th time this game that underrated have just come up short on the luck side when it comes to actually closing the deal. Womboist in the spawn, dropping back to try and help his runner. Taza steps in, gets a clutch kill. The spawn is wide open, and this is going to be an easy walk-in, and it is underrated who managed to close the deal. 5-4 underrated over System Failure. That was a pretty epic game to watch. And look at those scores. Holy cow. All right, give you a quick breakdown of the stats. All right, Womboist at 28.15, Pop-Tart at 26.30, Razor at 24.30, and Taza at 2200. DJ Blue at 35.80. Slay at 28.35, and Active Spoon at 25.90, and Dark Assassin at 15.95. So Razor did almost all of the planting, but Womboist got one as well, and Dark Assassin carried the ball exclusively into the goal for System Failure. No interceptions during the game. This was a 40-minute match, so pretty decent length of time. Womboist was +7, Pop-Tart +21, Razor +2, Taza -36. DJ Blue, despite his huge point count, was -23. Slay was +13, and Active Spoon -20, and Dark Assassin -3. So Kitty spread pretty still in favor of underrated, but not actually too great a spread. So that is your Thursday night Griff Brawl match. So congratulations to Underrated for taking this game down against System Failure, and congratulations to Pop-Tart for proving to an Active Spoon that you still got it. And that's it for our stream Griff Brawl for tonight. Be sure to stay tuned because in about 5 minutes we'll be starting up with the Griff Ball Hubcast. So we're going to recap the game, recap all the events in the last week of Griff Ball. So thank you all for coming out for Thursday night Griff Brawl. Hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for the Hubcast.
Should it be recording it?
Sound check. All right, let's try that out. All right, got a mic. It's good. Cal, can you say something?
Can I say something?
Excellent. All right, so just checking in, make sure the chat box can hear us. So chat box, if you can hear us, please say hi. I realized that the last time I did the Hubcast, I left the Xbox on, and very faintly underneath the entire Hubcast, you could hear the Halo 4 music. So I just turned it off this time.
Okay.
Yeah. Alrighty. All right, Pack. So he said hi, so I guess that means that he can hear us. So thank you, Pack. Cal, are you ready to get started?
Yep.
I haven't heard from. Wait, blah 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 blah. Okay, that's okay. I haven't heard from the boys, so we'll see. Hold on. Excuse me. All right.
Feel it?
JJ, what?
Your webcams are live.
You know the game's on tonight, right, Amy?
I know, but it's my turn to
Hello,
chaperone.
Chatbox.
Right.
Hey, everybody.
But you can do both.
How?
NFL Mobile is now
All
free
right,
with the More Everything
so-
plan from Verizon.
Hey,
I can
Verizon.
see it.
Download it, and you can watch the game right here.
All right.
Helen.
For the first time, watch live local Sunday games on NFL
All right,
Mobile, included
okay.
with the More Everything plan, exclusively from Verizon.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Griffball Hubcast, episode 227. I am Goose Cheka,
I'm Cal.
and we're it for right now. So, but hopefully, Raleigh will be rejoining us next week. We'll be moving the Hubcast back 1 hour to accommodate his new working schedule. So the Hubcast will be Thursday at 11 p.m. instead of 10 p.m. Eastern. But it's a small fix and definitely worth it if it means that Raleigh can join us, so that I'm not stuck with Cal. You know, all the way with
Stuck?
Cal.
Stuck?
Yeah. I've kind of gotten used to being without you. I mean,
I missed one. Just one Hubcast. I've been here for every other Hubcast except one.
okay.
Even you missed a Hubcast.
No, I haven't.
Instead of a Hubcast.
I didn't miss it. I've never missed a Hubcast.
You called in from Disneyland.
Yeah, I think that's worth like 5 Hubcasts. But we've got a lot to talk about tonight. A lot of really, really exciting stuff too. And I don't even know where to start. Cal, where do you want to start? I've got too much. I'm all aflutter.
Well, why don't we start with what's going to come up soon? Well, you did the Master Chief Collection survey.
Yes,
Supposedly you got a lot of responses on that.
over 100.
So what's the next steps with that?
The really fun aspect of verifying everybody who submitted their survey, one, to make sure that they're, real accounts and not somebody, putting their opinion in for a lot of different accounts. So I'm going to verify that. Make sure that they're players who are relatively active, because we do have a lot of inactive usernames, like people who signed up like 2 or 3 years ago. And if someone's using that name, then it's probably best that's not a legitimate one. So I'll be going through just making sure that, basically, if I recognize the tag or the username, that's about as tough as my litmus test is going to be. So it won't be too rough. And then the next step is to run some really exciting statistics on the data to see what it says and what it means and what we can inferential statistics. It's really exciting.
What's your first impression?
That people want Halo 4.
Really? Halo 4?
Yeah. That's my first impression. That was back when it was about 70 or 80 votes, not the full 100, so things can change. But the last time I looked, it was pretty much a 70-30 split, maybe even a 75-25 split. And my second impression is that a lot of people have Xbox Ones already, a lot more than we previously thought.
Cool. Looks like we'll be in good shape. And even if the survey shows that most people want to play Halo 4, want to stick with Halo 4, even on the Master Chief Collection, that doesn't mean we're not going to do any Halo 3 things.
Right.
Like, the sky is really the limit. The only thing that's stopping people from doing more Halo 3 events, more Halo 3 tournaments, and even a Halo 3 League right now is just the difficulty of people, they don't own a 7-year-old game anymore. Maybe they sold Halo 3. Or just the inertia of people not wanting to switch discs and put in Halo 3 when they always have Halo 4 in their Xbox. So once we get the Master Chief Collection and we have a map for Halo 3 again, then and it's on the Xbox One, it's as easy as people just hitting the start menu and switching over to the different game. So Halo 3 will be a lot more popular once it's readily available for folks. So there's no reason why we can't run Halo 3 events alongside our Halo 4 events.
So yeah, that's the next step, and I'm trying to see if there's anything fun that I can pull out just really easily. And again, this would all be, entirely preliminary, because it's another way on Google Drive that you could actually look at, like it would give you a poll or something. But I guess I can't pull it up. But over 100 responses. So that to me, I mean, anything more than 20 is statistically significant that you can play with, but 100 is kind of like a really golden number. So I'm really, really excited about that. And because then you can like very easily put it in percentages, 20 people, which would be 20%. So that's pretty cool. I'm
Nice.
very, very, very excited.
Cool. Well, thank you everybody who filled out the survey. Can people still fill it out, or is it too late?
No, it's still up there. It's still available. Although once I start running my statistics, you can enter what you want, but I'm not going to redo the analysis for one or two. Now, if 100 other people fill it out, then yeah, I'll run it again. But for just anything less than 20 people after I start running the analysis. But I won't do that for probably till next week because I have family coming in this weekend, so I won't have time to do it.
And why do we have family coming in?
Because I am graduating. Like, officially. I should go get my stupid hat.
Cap and gown and whole 9 yards? Yes, Goose is graduating, cap and gown, everything. So she gets to walk across the stage and look spectacular and shake somebody's hand. Even though she's been a doctor for a month, the official doctor gets conferred on you once you change your forum name to say the word doctor in it. Except maybe in Dr. Leo's case, where he called himself a doctor before he was actually a doctor, as a means of motivation.
Okay. All right. So this is why you should listen to the Hubcast live, because then you get to see this. And nobody else does. But my super stupid hat. It's terrible.
It's not even a mortar board.
No, it's not.
It's like a beret with a tassel.
Yeah, I still get to do the thing where I move it from one side to the other, but yeah, it's the dumbest hat I've ever seen.
What color is your robe?
Black.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah.
So you kind of look like a Sith Lord,
No, I don't. That's why I'm disappointed. I want to look like a Sith Lord.
but not quite there, even with your.
It's hard to look intimidating when you've got like a Michelangelo beret, and not the Ninja Turtle either.
So you had another big milestone this week. You played in your first AGLA game.
I did.
How was
We
that?
lost. Because
That is the first AGLA game in the bid system. I mean, you're like an old vet when it comes to the AGLA, but
Yeah, like-
this is your first bid game, right?
ancient. But yeah, I'm gonna bring Leo in. But yes, so I did that, and we lost, and I blame myself entirely. So I'm very sad about that. But Reflex went on. That's the team I'm on. Reflex went on Wednesday Night Grip Brawl and won without me. I was commentating, so I'd like to think that was part of it. Was my commentary.
Yep.
So, but they did well. So I'm very excited. And they played tonight too. So hopefully they didn't need me. Oops. Sorry,
So-
Taco.
What do you think? What was the difference between when they lost and when they won?
Me?
Besides you,
Oh, I don't know.
were you being a homeboy from the fanboy from the sidelines?
Oh, yeah, I had Gingy on there to balance me out. So, Leo, can you hear us?
I think so. Hello.
Excellent.
Was Gingy cheering as hardcore for the other team as he was for as you were for your team?
I don't know. Although there was at one point, I checked in with Reflex because they had a 3-0 advantage, and then it actually got tied up 3-3, and I was listening in, and they were really, really quiet. And anybody who's ever played with Taco knows that it's never really quiet in there. It's usually lots of giggles. So I unmuted myself and cheered them on voraciously, and I had to do it again because when it was tied up 4-4, again, it got really quiet and really serious, and so I cheered them on again. I'd like to think I put them over the top, but Gingy did the same. He unmuted his mic at one point and cheered Bad Intentions on as well. So it balanced out. But then after that game, so Reflex won over Bad Intentions 5-4, and then it was Impulse versus Uplifted. Uplifted soundly won, but Impulse really did put up a good fight. I think that they went super negative, but it was a 37-minute match. So when someone's super negative and they hang in for that long, then it's a really, really hard-fought match, even if the score doesn't necessarily kind of portray it that way. So that was really cool. And then tonight we had an Ami match of System Failure versus Underrated. And that went down to a 4-4 as well, and Underrated pulled out the victory.
You're getting all the good games. All the good games on Wednesday.
A lot of really, really good games to be streaming. So I think most of them are that good. I hope they are, because they're really fun to watch and really fun to stream.
Yeah, nothing better than sudden death, Griffball.
So hi, Leo.
Hello.
It
Sorry,
takes a little while for your audio.
I had myself muted a second while you two were talking about the league.
Okay. So yeah, that was. So how are you doing, Leo? How's your week been treating you?
It's been fine. Had a pretty typical week this week.
How's Kira?
Oh, she's doing quite fine. She's delighting in waking me up in the middle of the night lately for some reason, but that's what she does.
Yep.
I do that to Goose sometimes.
Yeah. Usually when you punch me in the face, I wake up.
Kira's never done that, although she has woke me up by digging her claws into my thigh bore. That was fun.
Mm.
That was
Yep,
quite
been
a
there.
rude awakening.
Been there too.
What?
So,
Is there something happened in New York that you haven't been telling me about?
No, there's no. Well, there are like 3 cats here, actually.
Kira and I can bond over our abusive bedmates.
Yep. Sorry.
Yeah.
But still on the track of the AGLA, they have a new admin now. So congratulations to Rage More Nerd being the new admin.
Yeah, Vanny had to step down because of life and such, and so they had a quick election. They had applications open for a couple of days, and then voting open for a couple of days, and quick turnaround. And Rage More Nerd is once again an admin.
Yep. And I think the
It's like
only thing I'm going to say on the topic is that for as many people who vociferously complain about the admin team, there were only 2 people on the ballot.
Yep.
That's all I'm going to say. So hats off to Rage More Nerd and Forto, who both stepped up to make a difference. So thank you guys.
Yeah.
It's way more fun to complain about the admin team than it is to be on the admin team.
Well, that's very true. That's very true.
I mean, from my point of view, I think it's important for everybody to remember that the admins are volunteers. That, well, everybody on Griffball Hub is a volunteer. Literally nobody who works on the site in any capacity gets paid to do it. Gets a paycheck for doing this. But the admins, the AGLA admins in particular, they put in a ton of work and they catch a lot of flack from some corners of the community. So it's important to remember that they are volunteers who are giving up their time to do this. Many hours. And a lot of
Screw
stress.
volunteers. They're human beings, okay? Can we just kind of... They're not robots. They have feelings. Despite what Alpha Turtle may say. I hear he has feelings.
You think so?
I think so.
But even then, there's a difference in a lot of people's minds, at least a bit difference of degree between like a community manager type person who's hired to do this sort of thing and paid to do it versus people who are doing it out of their goodness of their hearts.
There's actually an article I read this week about the emotional and psychological toll of being in that kind of capacity. I think it was called like moderating the internet's worst trolls or something, and all about kind of the unexplored health impact of people whose job it is to moderate forums. And they link to an upscale like debate kind of site, which I would never moderate ever when the entire topic is debate. And then they showed examples of the kind of stuff that people want to post, and they have to decide whether or not they actually approve it. And one was like, hell no, women shouldn't be allowed to vote. Like, well, that's not getting posted, and then get flack for that. And basically the psychological, emotional, physical, mental health toll of moderating forums.
It has to be one of the most stressful jobs. It's kind of like running a misbehaving kindergarten class, except they have a bigger vocabulary.
Well, I don't know. But, I mean, again, it depends, because every place is different. And, I mean, obviously, even though...
No. I did not mean that in reference to Griffball Hub. I meant like a debate forum where people are... Yeah, I meant like in such a debate forum, or like a place where people are talking about politics or religion all the time, and it's absolutely horrible.
Yeah. So I don't want to dwell on that too much, but yeah, just remember the admins are human beings. They have lives too. They're volunteers. They do a lot of work for you guys for free. And I know we rely on them heavily, so we definitely try to show our appreciation as much as we can. So yeah, go. Yeah. Congratulations. Welcome back, Rage More Nerd. And I guess similarly, the Griffballer of the Month is another I guess, well-known person in the AGLA community. So the Griffballer of the Month for, what is this, September would be Noplex.
Yay!
So congratulations to Noplex for once again winning Griffballer of the Month and being eligible for Griffballer of the Year.
Hooray!
Hooray indeed. So that's really cool too.
I'm sure Noplex won Griffballer of the Month last year as well at some point. So this is probably the third. I think he might be the. I would have to go back and look at the stats, but this is 3 years in a row in which he had won a Griffballer of the Month award, one of which he was Griffballer of the Year.
Yeah. Yeah. So congrats to Noplex. I'll be getting you your updated SIG here. I'll have to make a new one that has commas in it. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot to go over. Well, speaking of articles, you had some excellent article go up online, an interview that happened because of PAX, right?
I don't know. Did I?
Maybe you did. Something about you using video games in psychological therapy with children.
Psychological therapy as opposed to physical therapy?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I was interviewed by Pixelkin, which is a website that basically reviews video games and talks about video games in a family-oriented kind of way to help parents understand what a video game is, not like overall, but like Grand Theft Auto, good or bad, and talking about it in kind of a family dynamic so that parents will play with their kids and really become more involved in understanding about what their kids are actually doing. And they were at PAX. They were at my panel. Afterwards, they followed up, wanted to ask more about my experiences of using video games with kids in therapy. And so she had like a bazillion questions, and I answered them as best I could. And it's up on their website right now, which is really cool. And it's linked to in the WAMP thread. So if anybody wants to read it, it's there. But using my real name, it won't be under Goosechecka, so sorry.
Does the Ways and Means Committee have the most degrees of any team? Well, I don't know. Maybe not.
We might.
Should we count?
I mean, Leo, do you have 2 or 3?
I have 3.
Okay, I have 3. Slacker Cal.
I've got 1.
Lame.
I don't know.
I think that's it right now. I think everyone else is still in college.
Yeah, because I think Falcon and Fear are too young.
I don't know about Aaron.
Yeah, I don't know about Aaron, and I don't know about Jubal, if Jubal has a college degree.
I think
but at least 7, which is pretty impressive. 7's pretty impressive.
Yeah, someone's not pulling their weight.
Hey, I've got 1. That's a good number. Together, me and you have 4. So we average 2 each, which is nice.
Right.
Yeah, just got to recruit Taco Power PhD and True Flying Cow, and then we'll be all set.
Yeah.
Just so many big brains, we'll just start winning our games with our minds.
Well, that's about the only way that we can win games, apparently.
Yes, it is. Because we can't do it with our skills.
That's how I usually die on the court, is someone just walks up to me and I drop dead because they looked at me and they didn't even swing.
Oh, Cal.
Yep. But hey, dedicated servers in like 100 days. No, less.
Not even 100 days. It's November. This is October. We're talking like 30 days. 30 to 40.
1 month, 9 days till the Master Chief Collection comes out.
Well, there you go. So
November 11th. Comes out on Veterans Day.
Very exciting.
Veterans Day, and we remember the old wars of the past. Like the war against the original Covenant, the Prophet of Truth,
right?
Battle of Voy.
Salvo Highway?
Yeah. Salvo Highway. Delta Halo.
Be careful now. You know that Leo's in here, and he is a Blarg sympathizer.
Well, the major turning point in that war happened when the elites, joined with the humans. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Although I am excited we get to play as Blarg Faces in Halo 2 Anniversary.
Yes.
I saw someone posted pictures. They, I don't know if they were leaked or 343 released them or what, but there were some screenshots of the elite selection screen for Halo 2 Anniversary. They were rather Blargful.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad you're split faces and hinged heads and
That is
You're,
offensive to my people.
You can't use that word. Only we can use that word.
That's right. I was just on the Waypoint forums promoting peace between the species, and there you are whipping out these offensive terms.
Well, I think you need a Twitter account like Clever Brutus, because he's doing a good job of merging the human and brute.
So he was the one I was brokering peace with on behalf of the elites in the Waypoint forums.
Really?
Thank you very much. Yes, we are coming. So Snickerdoodle linked a thread on the Waypoint forums that he had started about bigger hats, and maybe there would be bigger hats for the brutes in Halo 2 Anniversary.
Okay.
And we had this lengthy discussion, and Clever Brutus and I kind of came to an accord where I said it's unlikely there'll be bigger hats in Halo 2 Anniversary, but maybe you should focus on the future and bigger hats for the brutes in future installments of Halo, and Snickerdoodle tried to start some trouble, saying that maybe there was going to be some kind of hat race 2558 between the elites and the brutes. But I said no, we should come together with our shared love of bigger hats.
Elites really do have large hats.
Yeah, come together, the elites and the brutes, with our shared love of bigger hats. To promote peace and heal old wounds. And so I'd like to announce the hashtag we've come up with, which is hashtag bigger hats for peace.
That's quite the initiative. I'm so glad you're here to announce that.
So yes, I'm really quite proud of that. There have been lots of struggles and stripes in the past, which we'll all relive again in Halo 2 Anniversary. But moving forward, we're looking to the forward. We're looking to peace between the various species, even the humans.
Can't wait for the signing of the historic Hat Accord.
Exactly. It's coming.
Well, there's nothing more that speaks to peace than pitting Cal and I against each other in a fight to the death.
Because when we're done fighting, there is peace, because I am dead.
Yes, and it's glorious. Glorious peace. But of course, I'm actually referring to the GGL party playoff bracket, where we took the original teams and we pit them against each other while answering very specific questions like who would be able to eat the most hot dogs in a set amount of time, or which team should we send to Mars to repopulate the human species. And ultimately, it has come down to two teams. We have, on one hand, Green Army, who Cal will be championing. Yes, there we go, that word. He'll be arguing for this evening, and I will be arguing for kittens with spikes. And the final question for our party playoff bracket, well, Leo will get to be the arbiter, so I think that's very fitting.
Oh, so I actually do get to be the arbiter. The ultimate arbiter, in fact. This is the final matchup.
It is. So you get to decide who will be the champion for our party playoff bracket.
Ah, okay.
So, Cal, do you remember what exactly was our little question that you would have to fight for?
Yes, but I think you should read it anyway.
Okay. Which team would be more likely to save a basket of kittens floating downstream towards certain doom?
Oh.
And again, I'm arguing for kittens with spikes. That's all I'm saying. Not that I don't even need to argue. And Cal has Green Army.
I think you should go first.
You think I should go first?
Annadelle wishes he'd showed up now.
I know, right? All right, so actually, I know Cal was given some information from an outside source to help him in his argument.
Was I?
Yeah, that's what Pac is asking about in the chat.
Was I?
That's what he said, but it doesn't matter because I too was given some inside information.
You were?
I was.
What is in here?
Well, I was contacted by Blackbeard of Kittens with Spikes. You were contacted by Pac-Man, I believe.
Was I?
That's what he said.
All
right, well, that's fine. It's too little too late, Cal. I'm going to start my timer. And I will be arguing Kittens with Spikes.
Wait.
Are you stalling for time?
Wait. I think Leo has an important announcement.
What's that?
Leo, don't you have an important announcement?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Someone's stalling. Stop
it. You do have an important announcement.
You're cheating, Calvagarian.
No, I'm not. Leo has something that he wants to say. To
Leo, do you
everybody.
want me to start arguing my case for kittens with spikes?
I'm so confused right now.
Just say yes.
Yes, I do, Goose.
Okay.
Please do go ahead.
Okay, so I'll be arguing, set my timer, and I'll go. Okay, so who would be more likely to rescue a basket of kittens than a team who have kittens in their name? Kittens with spikes. They would obviously go forth and fetch a basket of kittens because they are brothers and sisters and they are a family, gosh darn it. And on top of that, Blackbeard, the pirate, who obviously knows his way around nautical situations such as rescuing a basket of kittens from a river, he's also a lifeguard and a competitive diver. So he would be very much able to jump into the water no matter the tide or eddy or undercurrent and rescue said kittens. And the only way, also on Kittens with Spikes, loves kittens. And he has kittens. He actually has kittens in his possession. And on top of all of that, on Kittens with Spikes, there are engineers, scientists, and accountants, all of which who can devise a clever plan to figure out how to retrieve the kittens from the river, no matter what size river or what depth or what kind of current it may have. And lastly, as Blackbeard so eloquently pointed out, he's a freaking captain, a pirate captain, and he has a ship in which to rescue the kittens. Your turn, Cal Bulgarian. Go.
Okay, what if the basket contained the team Kittens with Spikes and they were raging down the river? But the question implies that it's a helpless basket of kittens. So Kittens with Spikes would be unable to rescue themselves from the basket because that would contradict the entire premise of the question. So I think, logically speaking, Kittens with Spikes can't be the ones rescuing the kittens from the river. I think that makes the most sense.
That's the lamest thing I've ever heard.
No, and plus, are you honestly disparaging Green Army? Are you honestly disparaging the team that is welcoming people with open arms, the team that has set not one, but two spin-off teams of new players into the league? I mean, you had Tex, who used to be the commish, you have Rally, who's hub staff and on the hubcast and welcoming the folks and runs the GRL. I mean, these are people who welcome people with open arms. These are some of the Griffball's greatest ambassadors. I mean, they are
it's not about ambassadors. It's about saving kittens.
Exactly.
Kittens with Spikes has a lifeguard.
These people are so kind.
That's your time.
Do anything they can to rescue the kittens.
Excuse me, Goose. I didn't think you were entitled to rebuttal while he was making his case.
Of course I am.
Yep. Throw the flag.
Right, okay.
I think it's a forfeit.
All right, Leo. It ultimately comes down to you. Who made the better argument? Green Army or Kittens with Spikes? Most likely to successfully retrieve a basket of kittens floating down a river towards certain doom.
Well, before I announce my decision, I do have to point out Cal's amazing skill. You know, he is working on a political campaign, and I have to admire the fact that he took the question that was posed to him and with great conviction in his voice proceeded to not answer the question in the slightest, but instead answered something completely different. I don't even know the question he was actually answering.
Yep.
So, I mean, he's kind of giving sort of a generic stump speech for the virtues of Green Army, I guess. And so, for actually answering the question, I must award, despite how many times they've trounced us in the GGL, I must award the championship to the Kittens with Spikes.
Winner! I hear.
I prefer up.
You prefer what?
Upsets.
Oh, he's frozen. Oh, there you go.
Oh, upsets. This is me dancing. All right, Kittens with Spikes. Thank you, Blackbeard, for providing me with that lovely bit of inside knowledge, too.
Yeah, that was impressive. Plus, I wasn't sure why the Kittens with Spikes were supposedly... There was nothing about the Kittens with Spikes themselves being the kittens in the basket that needed rescuing, was it? Did I miss something?
No, there wasn't. Someone was just trying to use misdirection.
Oh, right.
Maybe.
So, yes, congratulations to Kittens with Spikes, the first ever GGL party playoff bracket. And congratulations to me, the first winning arguer of the playoff party bracket. Congratulations to Cal, the first loser of the party playoff bracket.
That's me.
Thank you to Leo for being our final arbiter.
My pleasure.
So Kittens with Spikes has a ship now.
They do! In addition to Blackbeard's captainship. All right, but So I guess
You know,
rolling right off of that, we can roll into
So
that
you
other
rank-
playoff stuff.
So when you rank the validity of playoff wins, you got like RTX here playing on land Griffball and all that. Then you have all the online stuff, like the GGL and the EGLA and the GGL Party Playoff. They're all next. So Kittens with Spikes Championship. That's like it's totally legit, right?
They have more championships than we do.
Ah, that's true. That's sadly true.
But speaking of, the GGL Championship has been decided. It will be Arc versus Watch and Awe again.
Mm-hmm.
So I do believe that Arc is still undefeated, as far as I know.
Yeah, they beat Reckless Fire, right? I believe they beat Reckless Fire twice. So you had Reckless Fire, Red Ray, Wanchina, and Arc.
Yep, Watch and Awe took Red Ray, and then Arc took Reckless
Final
Fire.
four. So we had Arc and Wanchina.
So it'll be a good matchup, and I've already received some insider information from Watch and Awe. I don't know if it's hyped and stoked for this GGL Championship match. So we have our party playoff champions, the Kittens with Spikes, and then we will have our new GGL summer champions, either Arc, a Righteous Kill, or Watch and Awe.
Boy, hard to believe.
Oh, sorry. Was there actually some news I forgot, or were you just stalling?
This is the season where signups opened at RTX.
Yep. It's a long time ago.
And now it's October. That was such a
Yeah, Cal, you're cutting out, so be careful with that.
Ooh.
Now, Leo, I know you had something that you wanted to announce here as well. Like, actually had something to say.
I
No,
suck.
it says, is there actual news? I forgot.
Yeah, is there actually news?
No, Cal was just stalling for time.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Way to be confusing, Cal.
I don't know what's happening.
This is why he's working on a political campaign.
Yep.
That guy's going to get elected.
Well, he's already been asked several times at his current job. Hey, sweetie, only 4 weeks till the election.
Yay, 33 days.
Oh, I thought that would
get laid off. Is that news? I don't know.
Yeah. I thought it would actually make him cry, but
I didn't get laid off.
Oh, let's see here. What else? So there was a ton of community content that went up this week. And I guess one thing that was really exciting in the chat box earlier today is that Obex popped up and is throwing a Smash Ball tournament. So on October 5th, which is Sunday? Yeah. October 5th, this Sunday, there's a Smash Ball tournament. So you should definitely sign up. Information's on the front page. And I know there are a lot of people who are really, really excited about it because it's Smash Ball.
Obex is making a run to be October's Griffballer of the Month because he hasn't been Griffballer of the Month this year yet.
Yeah, he's going for it. And then I just bit my tongue. Then there was a new Tiki Take podcast, and they are delving into their NFL section. Like, it's like an entire section of the take. I think they're actually going to be splitting it so that there's Tiki Take Griffball and there's Tiki Take NFL. I think that's coming later. But yeah, there's a new podcast up by them, so you can take a listen to that. And the EU season is underway, so it started this week as well. Then there's predictions and schedules, which I still haven't been able to put up, and if you can all blame Cal for that. He's the reason the AMI schedule and the EU schedule isn't up. Just saying. Right, Cal?
Yep.
Okay. Just making sure. Let's see here. What else? I feel like I had so much to talk about, and I can't... I feel like maybe I didn't get everything. And what am I missing, Cal?
I don't know. Exciting things are afoot. I saw that Pac-Man had a new something above his avatar in the forums.
Yes, he does. I wonder if anybody else has noticed the shiny new symbol that Pac-Man has on his as his rank on the forum.
Yeah, he's the first, but I don't think he's the last to have it.
No, there are several people on his tail. Yes, Pac-Man, that award you got. So,
Goose is putting her degree to use.
I am. It's very exciting. So
Guess you were
basically,
all
what's
being
like,
manipulated.
no, maybe, but just a little bit in a really good way.
For good
In
cause.
a kind-hearted way, yeah.
Yeah,
In a
it's
productive way,
yes.
constructive way.
So
Manipulated.
basically, what psychology teaches punishment. Bad again. So that's kind of useless. But reward does change people's behavior. So the idea is that if you can reward people for doing things that you want them to do or behaving in ways you want them to behave, then they're more likely to do that behavior again and again, as opposed to when you punish somebody, that doesn't actually decrease the chance that they're going to do it again. So we've created what we call the RAC, the Random Act of Kindness Award. And it is a really awesome little award, and you get it when people notice that you have committed a random act of kindness. And sorry, I'm getting some feedback that our sound, okay, sound is back. Okay, sorry, Jet did for a second. But yeah, so basically, if you are caught in the forums committing a random act of kindness, the moderators currently are going to flag it, and I will look at it, and as long as it meets the very basic criteria of you are doing something nice for somebody with no ulterior motive, then guess what? You get a point. And for every certain amount of points you get a new status on the hub, and it's in your right above your avatar. So right beneath your profile rank and right above your avatar. And so Pack is the very first one to get one because he received a certain number of thanks or alerts from the community for doing things that were kind and positive and good on the forums.
So who is eligible to receive random acts of kindness?
Well, anybody can receive an act of kindness.
Well, I mean, like, who can get points for doing random acts of kindness?
Everybody.
Oh, yeah?
There's no restrictions.
Do you really mean anybody?
I mean, I'm not going to count it towards me. Someone can flag it if they want, and they'll give me a self-esteem boost, but I'm not going to award myself the award. And I don't think I will be awarding one for Cal Rally either, the staff. But all the admins and the community leaders and the mods and the helpers, everybody is fair game because everybody can do this. This isn't like Griffballer of the Month where we ask that people not nominate someone for being an admin and doing admin things because not everybody can do admin things. Those are things only the admins can do. Or a mod for moderating because not everybody can moderate. But this is something, everybody can do something kind for somebody else. There is no limitation to that. So we want to recognize that hard work. And so all of the moderators on the site, they know how to report these things. And I've received probably 20 reports already for different people. A lot of them notice the same one and then I'll submit the same one. So it only counts as one that way. So if you say one nice thing, you can't get 20 points for it. You'll get 1 point for it. And that's a way, not that anybody would game the system or try to boost it, but that's a way to eliminate boosting. So it's kind of like the thumbs up or the thanks on the Waypoint forums, but you can't really abuse it. Because not only do you submit it to get notification from me, but then I actually look at it. So if you submit something and someone cussing somebody out, it's going to get discarded. I don't think I'm going to, even if it's a really nice cussing out, I don't think it's going to get you what you want.
You are so goddamn nice.
But yeah, so Pack is the very first one to get one. Although there's a lot of people who have already earned a couple. So, and then they'll gradually grow. He has a bronze one right now, and after a certain number, you'll get a silver, and after that, a gold, and after gold, I don't know, maybe platinum, and then diamond, and then space rock. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go along. But yeah, we really wanted to put something positive back into the community because it's been kind of a rough week on the forums. Not gonna lie.
There's also a new icon. I just want to say there's a new icon on the forums. If anybody goes to any post on the forums and checks it out,
I haven't looked at it yet. Sorry, I'm excited. But yeah, so that is a new initiative that we have on the site. And although it's not solidified yet, the idea is that individuals who get these medals or get a certain level of these medals are going to be given some kind of reward other than just the small little status symbol. So if you're doing a random act of kindness, it's because it's a kind thing to do and you want to do it. And it's not about the prize. It's not about the monetary reward. It's not about anything other than just doing something good for somebody else. However, if there happens to be something in my possession that I want to raffle away, maybe I'll raffle it amongst the rack award winners, or maybe they'll get 2 entries into a drawing instead of 1, or send out Christmas cards every year. Maybe they'll get cookies with their Christmas cards. So it's not guaranteed, but it is out there, and then I definitely want people to know that we thank them and we're really appreciative for people helping us out in the forums, especially like answering questions. The one I know that Pac really got some bonus points for was somebody was asking how do you join the GGL, and Pac was right there telling him, well, this is where you go, and this is what you do, and this is who you talk to, and it was it's that kind of stuff that we want to really encourage and foster, and so I think the rack is a really great way to do that. I'm now going to get off my psychology box, and so yeah, congrats, Pac. It's awesome. And
Hey, I really like it. I hope people because like you said, right now it's moderators who report this, right? But it'll be open to everybody and soon-ish after this trial period, right? Is that the idea?
The idea is to get all the kinks worked out first with having the moderators report it, but the goal is for everybody to be able to report it at some point. So that way it doesn't matter who you are, and that's also really great too, because I know I can't be everywhere, and even the mods can't be everywhere. So if we've got everybody on the site looking for, little happy nuggets of joy, then it's gonna just come back on itself 12-fold. So, but right now it is for mods to report, or community leaders I think can do it too. But we do eventually want to open it up to everybody to be able to report acts of kindness. You can't report yourself. I should put that out there real quick.
Yeah.
Or you can, but it'll get dismissed.
Yeah. Yeah, I was really good myself today.
Yeah. So yeah, it's an exciting
Point at you
thing.
and laugh.
What?
And we'll point at you and laugh for nominating yourself.
Yes, we will. Another piece. We ordered our Griff tees. So very, very soon you will be able to go to the hub site, order any Griff tee you want, and have it shipped to you like that, very quickly, very, very fast. Right, Cal?
Yep, they're all ordered. We have bought a bunch of the 3 different styles: the vintage tee, the World Tour tee, and the Pro tee. Well, one thing, first dibs, of course, of the t-shirts go to the victors from the RTX tournament, from To Easy as Pie, because they are each owed a t-shirt from RTX for winning the tournament, and the rest of them will be on sale. And look forward to more awesome Griff tee stuff coming up in the future. We have a few ideas kicking around, not only of designs, but other ways to utilize Griff tees to make Griffball and Griffball Hub even more awesome.
Yep. I already own all the Griff tees, or I'd buy more.
Yep.
We should get like a super small size and put it on Ellie. The Griff Beetle.
Could, I guess.
She'd be so cute. Okay, the silence is deafening. I can take a hint. Yeah, I think that's... I don't know, there's nothing else on my plate. Did you guys have anything else that you wanted to talk about? I feel like I'm forgetting something.
Did you see the little new icon on the forums?
Let's take a look here. Nope.
Look at any post anybody has made.
I know, I'm looking at it. And it's an exclamation point still.
No, refresh your page.
Bossy. Oh,
Sorry.
Yep, there it is. There it is. Well done, Cal.
Rainbow Pony.
Congratulations. You finally worked Rainbow Pony into the site. Pac-Man wants dog collars and accessories. Griffball dog collars and accessories. I can get behind that.
Yep.
So he has no time up there, but that he manages to get done. Is that
Yeah.
what I'm hearing?
Well,
Okay.
I did that during the Hubcast, so I got an hour a week at the Hubcast, so it's even more productive than being on the podcast. As I was on the podcast, and I put Rainbow Pony into the forums.
Yeah, this is the most I actually talked to Cal all week.
Pretty much.
Is the Hubcast. So,
I'm so sorry.
like, I didn't even talk to him last night. I called him and he's like, "What? Like, were you sleeping?" No.
I was totally sleeping.
Yeah, you were. That was the length of our conversation yesterday. It's like 2 seconds. Simon, stop looking at the couch, little fucker.
Okay, I think we're out of stuff.
Okay. Here you go. Say hi.
Hello, Simon.
Moving cat.
There was one more thing I wanted to say, and now I can't remember what it is. But yeah, the GGL Championship almost here. AGLA is in week 2 for Pro, week 1 for AMI. EUGBL just started and is going strong. I got in touch with Loot Crate earlier this week, and we are working towards hopefully having a partnership program with Loot Crate through the Hub. So if you don't know what Loot Crate is, well, you should go look it up. But what would happen if we partnered with them would be anybody who signed up for Loot Crate through the Hub would get a discount on their Loot Crate. So that would be pretty cool.
Nice. And as long as you're talking about ordering things for the Hub, reminder, everybody can use the Amazon link to buy things.
Yeah.
Somebody bought an Xbox One through our Amazon link, which is very kind of them.
Really?
Ooh.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. I will send you cookies.
So yes, buying an Xbox One, buying games, buying gift cards
Points.
for Xbox points, Xbox is awesome. So if you're going to buy a game for your Xbox One, such as the Master Chief Collection, what you can do, if you want to buy it digitally, you might be able to buy it digitally through Amazon now, because I know you can do that with a few games, or at least you can buy it digitally through your dashboard. What you can do is go to Amazon, buy a $60 gift card, digital gift card, so you get a code, buy that from Amazon through our link, and then use that money on your Xbox to buy your next game.
That's a bit excessive, Cal. It would be awesome.
It's not excessive. It's easy. You buy the code from Amazon, put that same amount of money on your Xbox. It doesn't cost you a single thing more. But because you bought the card through Amazon, through us, then Hub gets a taste.
I got Chariot. I downloaded it.
It's free.
Yeah, so I didn't use the Amazon link.
You're not allowed to play it yet, though.
Excuse me?
I would. Okay, I'd phrase that wrong. I would really prefer if you didn't play it until I got home,
Okay. I'm a little bit more amenable to that.
so we could play it together.
Okay. But it's
I
free.
posted. Somebody
Oh,
on
that's
Reddit.
Sweet.
Somebody on Reddit on the Xbox One subreddit was posting, what is Chariot? I've never heard of this game. This is a crappy game for the month. And so I replied to him saying, hey, I played it at PAX, and it was awesome. We played it at RTX, too, and it was awesome. It's a great co-op game. Play it with your significant other, and they'll love it. And one of the devs replied to me
Yeah? What do you say?
saying, like, hey, I'm a dev on Chariot. I was there demoing it at PAX and probably met you. I'm glad you really liked the game.
Oh, you just made his day.
Yeah.
You just made his day. Well, good. Oh, Pax right. So shout out to Melvin and Shadow. Melvin's birthday was today. Shadow's birthday was on Tuesday. So shout out to them as well. And Rage just showed up, so I guess that means it's time to end the Hubcast.
Good night, everybody.
So we wanted to have Rage on to talk about his admin electioning, but it's late, and we appreciate you showing up, Rage. Anyway. But yeah, unless there's anything else you guys wanted to chat about, I think that's it for the Hubcast. Going.
I think we're good.
All right. Well, thank you, Leo, for joining us, for being our stand-in for Rage.
Thank you as always for having me.
This was a Dr. Full Hubcast. Kind of like on Wednesday Night Griff Brawl, it was a Ginger cast because it was me and Gingy. It was awesome. And yes, Rage, we had to talk about the MCC survey, so you're just going to have to tune in tomorrow or whenever I get around to editing the Hubcast and find out how it went. But so on behalf of Leo, Cal, and myself, thank you everybody for coming out and supporting the Griff Ball Hubcast, tuning in, downloading us, traveling us around in your car, in your ears. We appreciate it, keeping us in your pocket. And we will catch you next week. And remember, next week it's at 11 p.m. Eastern, so that way we can have Rally back. So Thursday, 11 p.m. Eastern, although Thursday Night Griff Brawl will still be at 9. And we will see you all next week. So bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hashtag bigger hats for peace.
Bigger hats for peace.
That is going to be the title of this podcast.
Sweet. Good night, all.
Good night, everybody.